from TechCornerTV, and today I could say, honey, I shrunk the oscilloscope. Sorry for the lame joke. The friends at Miniware sent for review the DS212, which is the smallest oscilloscope I've ever had on this bench for review. Miniware is a company that creates premium quality products, but in small dimensions, it's all mini. In addition to this oscilloscope, they also have modular and portable power supply, electronic soldering irons, electronic screwdrivers. They are the manufacturers of the famous MPH30 mini rework heat plate, among other high quality and small size items. I'm looking forward to show you this oscilloscope, so I won't waste any more time and I will show you the feature highlights and what's on the box. Let's get to it. Let me start by showing you the box and what's inside. It's a carton box, rigid, with a very good aspect. Let me show you what's inside. Okay. For start, we have the warranty card in here. Yeah, to fill, and some safety instructions, temperature, usage temperature, and something like that. We have, well, this is in China. Okay, we have in English the user manual with color. Seems organized with index, infographics, screenshots, so you can understand better what they are trying to explain. Yeah. Seems okay. We have here the hand movements. Yeah, the menu tree for all the 3 pages of the menus, and the explanation for each function in here with the values, also with the accepted values in each function. Okay, so yeah. And for last, we have the procedure for firmware upgrades and the www.minidso.com for support. Yeah, seems okay. So we have a micro USB to USB Type-A cable, the normal. I will show you this in a bit. Let me see what else we have in the box. Okay, we have the ground cables for the probes. We have 2 mini probes. They are smaller than the normal and also have this connector that is slightly different from the normal probes. We have 2 of them. Also the cap for the probes that will allow you to have this claw to grab the wires or ICs or whatever you want. And we have a small X wrench to open the oscilloscope. They send this to open the oscilloscope. Amazing. And you have these tips for IC probing, with also the rings, the color rings for the probes. And they send 2 of each. This is amazing. Normally this will break or something like that, and you have a spare in the same color. Very good, well thought. And so let's see the oscilloscope itself. Sorry. So we have 2 channels, channel A and channel B, and the output for function generator. This small baby has a function generator in it. We have here the run stop button, the power button, and also these 2 circular knobs. There are also clickable buttons. You can click it, and USB type, micro USB socket for connecting to the PC and for charging. This oscilloscope doesn't have a PC. Well, you cannot control it through the PC, but you can do the upgrades, the firmware upgrade through here, because it creates a drive on the PC like a USB drive, USB pen does. So yeah, okay, that's it. It's presented. Let's see how it works. Okay, I have here the oscilloscope to show you how it works. To test this, I will start by using this adapter to connect to my signal generator. Okay, and it's using a sine wave right now, and I will connect this in here. Okay, so let's start by seeing what we have on the screen. And okay, now we have here the sine wave. And let's start by explaining what we have on the screen. Okay, so on the screen, let me stop this. On the screen, you have here the battery indicator. Right now it's green. If the battery is ending, it will turn to red. And if you connect to a computer or a power supply, you will have this signal on blue. And when it's charged, it will also turn to green. And also, when connected to the PC, you will have a new drive on the PC where you can access all the data from the internal memory. That's 8 megabytes, and you can access the save the image and everything else directly on the PC. Also, in here we have the 10 times probe indicator. Well, the probe has the 1 time or 10 times. So when you are using 10 times, you should have the 10 times activated. I will show you where you can do that. This will show you the amplitudes of the voltage signal. In the same way, you have here the indicator for channel B. Channel A, it's always blue. Channel B is yellow. You have also a virtual channel C. I will show you how we can use this channel. And the time base defined. Right now it's 0.5 milliseconds. And the trigger with the falling or rising edge or falling edge. And also the trigger mode, right now it's auto. You have single, you have scan, and yeah, some others. I will also show you in a moment. On the bottom, we have the delta from the cursors. The cursors are normally on the screen, but you can disable it. But this will stay always in here. You have here the vertical cursors, those two. The background is almost equal to this, but you can see it right here. And you have in this side the delta for the time. The delta for the time are those two, and you have here the delta for the voltage that are the horizontal ones in here. And these values are static in the bottom. You have also two measures also in this place. You can configure what values you have in here. Right now it's VPP for channel 1, and channel 2 it's with data cycle, but it's not being used. But you can change this to channel 1 or also if you want to, or both to channel B or both in channel A. You have that option. Okay, so in the menus, we can, let me take this, okay. We can change the voltage also in here, and we have also the posts, as they call it, but this is basically the offset of the signal. You can use AC or DC, and also you can enable or disable the channel, and you can change to one-time probe, or well, I disable the channel, one time or 10 times. Okay, so this is right now 10 times. Yeah, that's it for channel A. Let me show you. Yeah, that's it. Channel B, it's the same thing, and you have also channel C. It's a virtual channel. Let me first start by enabling. You also have the post, is the location of the channel on the screen, and this is basically the math functions of this oscilloscope. You have the negative channel, or it will create the inverse signal. Oops. And for the B channel, also the same, but it's not activated right now. You have also the A plus B, A minus B, and we have rec A, rec B, and rec C. I have to confess, I didn't read the manual. I don't know exactly what this means. So yeah, but I'm just showing you the functions. It doesn't matter. Okay, so, and moving on, we have the time base. The time base can be changed in here, like this, and you can also, and I will show you, I didn't tell you before, these buttons or these knobs are also buttons. You can press it. If you press once, you will change the options, the page, the menu page. But pressing for a second, it will disable the screen, the menu. And when you disable the menu, you will automatically allow to change the time base. And this one will change the amplitude. Okay, as you can see. Pressing again, you are able to bring the menu again. In the same way, if you press this one for a bit, you will be able to, this is a shortcut to another function in the oscilloscope, I will show you later, where you can say, for example, what you have on the screen right now. I have here a BMP. Let's choose the file name, and after choosing the file name, you press on the button, and take a notice down here. It says it was written. Okay. Also, let me just conclude this. You can load that and buffer that you saved before. Okay, and that's it. So moving on to the trigger menu, we have here the trigger menu. I have to be fast. Okay, trigger menu. So in the trigger menu, we have the sync mode, auto, normal, single. The single mode works very well. We press play here, and yeah, it works very well. And I am on the cursors. Okay. And let me change to scan. We have none. Let's put again in auto. And I have to press play, so it will start working again. Next, we have the rising edge or falling edge, the trigger channel A or B, the threshold, if it's enabled or not. Do you see the line showing and hiding in there? And if it's auto fit, if it is auto fit, it will show you a new cursor, a new icon in here on the top. Let me show you in here. Okay, and the trigger menu, it's done. Yeah, let me just take the auto fit off. No, not like this, in here. Okay, so we have now the cursors. It's quite simple. We have T1 and T2. This is the time cursors. We can change it like this. Pretty simple to use. Okay, and as I move the cursor, notice the delta on the bottom changing also. And we can enable or disable the cursors, and also the same for the amplitude for the voltage. Okay, we can change it. The delta is changing also, and we can say, oh, okay, I forgot to say this. We can say that is for channel A, for channel B, or disabled. Okay, this one. So yeah, and we have the cursors also finished. So right now I will show you the memory. They called Shiz window, but this is the memory that we can enable or disable. Look at the cursor, the line on the screen. It's the position where it starts, and we can also say what's the size of the memory. If you notice, the green part on the end of the screen, this one in here, is the size of the viewable area of the memory. When you increase the memory, the viewable size will be bigger, so the green part is bigger. And offset is the post, but the offset is in here also, and you can see it's moving while you are moving in memory also, up to the point, to the start. That's the line. Okay, we can increase this right now. Okay, the first page is complete. Let's move on to the second page. It's the measures menu. In this, for example, we can change this. No, sorry, I forgot to disable the. No, I forgot to disable the channel. Okay, we don't need that. This is the measure menu, as I told you before. We can, for example, change this for channel A, and in here I want the frequency. And right now on the bottom you have the frequency of the channel. This is configurable. You have several more items here that you can configure, up to 5 or 6. I don't know. I don't know if this one is configurable. I think this is the power. I don't know. RMS, it's equal to all of them. Okay. So this is the measure menu. Every oscilloscope has one. Moving on to the page 3, it's options. I show you before, pressing this one will show you a file menu. That's this menu, so it's a shortcut. If you press here for a while anywhere on the screens, on the menus, it will always be a shortcut to this. I already explained, so let's move on. We have the function generator. I will show you the function generator in a bit. Also, we have the volume. Well, 10%, it's more than enough for me. The brightness of the screen. For this recording, 70%, it's okay. The standby time, the power off time, the menu cycle, item cycle, and post cycle also configurable here. Let's take this out. We have the calibration menu. You disconnect the probes and do the calibration. And we have the restore data. It's a factory restore function. If you screw up a lot in here, just come to this menu and do a factory restore data, and it will be okay. So the two last menus, it's the info, and this is quite complete. You have the device number, the hardware version, the processor, it's a STM32, as we saw before. The screen type, a very known ELI 9341. The USB disk memory, I think this is the bootloader, I don't know. But this is the application, it's all the application that you are seeing now. Also, in the end, we have just a about page that points to www.minidso.com, and in there you can download manuals, you can download the source code for this, and I will show you in a bit how you can do that and what you have inside the source code. And yeah, you can do a few things, and obviously obtain support and ask questions. It's a forum. This page, it's a forum. Okay, so the last one that I need to show you, it's the waveform. For that, I will disconnect from my signal generator, and I will use this one. Let me have some space in here. Okay, and let's connect the ground to the ground. Okay, and okay, so let's take the menu off, and we should, I don't think this is well connected. Okay, let me just increase the time and also the amplitude of the signal. We have here a square wave generated by the DS212, and let's put the menu up again. And for this we can have a square wave, a sine wave, a triangle, and also the sawtooth. The maximum for those are 10 kilohertz, and we cannot change the duty cycle, obviously. But the square wave can go up to 1 megahertz. It's the only one that can go up to 1 megahertz. And you can also change the duty cycle of the signal, as you can see. I don't know why it's the only one that you go up to normal. The sine wave is the signal that can go up to the bigger frequency, but in here it's not. Yeah, and that's it. It's a very simple signal generator or function generator. We have 4 functions and a very low bandwidth, but the oscilloscope itself, it doesn't have a high bandwidth also, so it should be more than enough. And if you are using this for Arduinos or small projects at home, this will be a great tool. Yeah, a very great, very useful tool. If you look at this, this is 1 centimeter. It's very, very thin. And it has a function generator, 2 channels. Yeah, a very nice tool. Yeah, and the finishing of this it's amazing. This is aluminum. Yeah, I'm totally impressed with this. nice tool. Okay, let's move on. I will show you how you can download the manuals and the source code. I will analyze a bit the source code, and also I will tear down this oscilloscope to see how it is inside. So stay put, let's move on. So I have the oscilloscope disassembled. This is only for fun because this is way over my knowledge and my abilities of working with electronics. But I like to see how those things are done, and I like to show you. You might be curious about this. So in this part we have the electronics for channel B, electronics for channel A. I think this is voltage regulators, I'm not sure. It's the 8061, but I only found some ICs bigger in deep format on the internet, I don't know. The battery goes in here, it's there, it stays in here. It's not glued to the case, so yeah, I don't know. It normally when you shake it, it moves. We have here some electronics. This is the windbound. I think this is the communications port controller. I'm not sure, but the communication port is in this side, so yeah, I'm not really sure. We have in here, I think, also the electronics for the signal generator. It might be something related to this also. And yeah, this is all very small. You can see that it's, we have here the STM32 controller. 32. This is all very small. It has a very good construction. And yeah, pretty awesome, I must say. Yeah, as I said, this is only just for fun and to show you how this oscilloscope is inside. Nothing much. Okay, when you enter on your browser www.miniware.com, you arrive at this website. It's a forum. You have here several threads, all in Chinese, but if you go a little to the bottom, you have here all the products for international users in English. And you can see that you have, one topic for each product. So let's, for example, also take a look here in the motion control electric screwdriver. Let's enter, and on this message, you have here the app, the X app to upload to the screwdriver, also the manuals, again the app. You have the source code for working with the screwdriver. You can edit the source code if you want, and everything is in here. Well, you have access to everything. That is awesome. Okay, let's go back. Okay, once more, and we are again on the index. I will choose now the Pocket Oscilloscope DS212. That's the one I have here. Okay, going to the first message. It's a sticky message. It's always in here. And you can see that we have two user manuals for download. We have in here the DS212 app. This is the already compiled X file to upload to the oscilloscope. It's the firmware. And you have in here for download the source code. I already downloaded, so let's take a look and see what we have there. Okay, I already unzipped the file. I have here the source code. It includes everything, including the libraries and device drivers. For example, for the STM32 USB file system, you have here the files for the device driver, all in C, and also for the STM functions of the processor. I have everything in here. I don't know what this is. Device is something related with the processor, but I don't know. ARM core functions. Yeah. So other than that, you have in here the source code. Let me start with here. We have the compiled version in binary hexadecimal. Also the includes from, for example, the, what is this? For the FAT, the LCD, the functions, everything is in here. You have also the source code, for example, the BIOS in assembly. And here it is also in assembly. This one is for connecting to the display. Okay, the functions. You have everything in assembly. And also in assembly is this one that is some functions for starting the oscilloscope. Okay, continuing, we have here this time in C functions, for example, for writing the FAT file system, and you have also the device driver with all the functions for the display. You implement here the functions, and yeah, you have everything you need. You can edit everything and learn something from here. But this one, for example, is quite curious. You have it. This is the menus from the system, and you can use this one to edit or translate for other language everything in the systems. For example, the wave out is the function generator. So I don't know, we have a lot of stuff here. Post normally it's the offset. I don't know why they call it post, but normally it's the offset. Yeah, and you have a lot of strings here if you want to translate something. You recompile this and you should be okay again. Okay, that's it. That's nice that they released this. There isn't a lot of people that can really use this, but the fact they release this code for you to work on it, it's really awesome. Yeah, kudos. Okay, I decided to show you also the manual in PDF. You can download it from the website. Yeah, you can see that you can read it much better than in the small paper manual that comes with the oscilloscope. You have here all the technical specifications, all the technical specs, and how you can work with it, how the dials work, the knobs, and you have screenshots of the functions with all the explanation of everything. It's well organized. Well, it's not the best, but yeah, it's well organized. And you have everything covered, even this map of all the functions. You have here all the functions by page. And if you drill down a little bit more, you have for each function the explanation, what it does, and the parameters that you can use it on that function. So yeah, and we will go all the way to the bottom where you also have some instructions how to update the firmware. It's simple. You just connect to the PC. This doesn't have a PC software to control the oscilloscope, but you can use it like a USB flash drive, and you put the firmware there and it will upgrade the oscilloscope. It's very easy. Okay, that's it. Let's continue. As always, now it's the time to tell you what I think about this device, and despite the overall impression being very good, not everything is perfect. Let me warn you, that I have a lot to talk about, so this conclusion may take longer than usual. As you do with a Band-Aid, I'll be quick to let you know what I think that might be the weakest points of this device. And the first one is the bandwidth of only 1 MHz. These days, it's not much, considering the competition and the cost of this product. That is around 100 euros, something like $115 or 85 pounds. You have also a kit that costs around 10 euros more, that I didn't receive for the review, but brings a silicone protection for the oscilloscope, increasing a little more the price. And for 100 euros you have a lot of options with 2 channels and 100 MHz in the market. Much bigger than this, that's true. In addition to the price, there is still the lack of some functions that are almost standard in the oscilloscopes that came out to the market in the last years, like the XY mode or the FFT, that are not available in this oscilloscope. There is also the issue of the connectors not being BNC, but this one, that is totally okay considering the size of the oscilloscope, and it's easily overcome with converters that can be purchased on AliExpress or eBay and can give you access to all other cables and test leads or probes on the market. Okay, so those were the not so positive points, but because all the rest is just positive. Starting with the finish and its aluminium structure. Very good. It's really good. The quality of the screen, the fact it has a battery and you can easily take it with you to anywhere. Its size, almost a credit card size, which despite being very small gives you a 2.8 screen with a very good image, 2 channels and a function generator. And we can go on until the software, which is open source and like I've showed you in the available is available for download, allowing you to modify or customize to your liking. I've been working with open source software for over 20 years in my activity, and it's an issue I really value. We must give credit to individuals and companies who open their knowledge to the world and share it with everyone. Kudos to Miniware for its policy of keeping this product, this and the other ones I saw in the website, this product's software open source, and I confess I didn't realize if the hardware is also open source or not, but I don't think so. I didn't see the schematics on the website or anything that may lead to that. It's true that the price is not the lowest compared with the other offers on the market, but, and this is important, it's a different product, a small technological wonder, and it's an oscilloscope that you can practically carry on your wallet. We complain a lot of times of the cheap and low quality of some products that come out from the Chinese manufacturers, but we also need to give credit and understand that good things cost money. So even if I mention the price as a weak point, we shouldn't consider exactly like that, because the quality is high and has a premium finish, not normally seen in this type of equipment. One thing I can tell you is that it's been a really good experience working with it, and I have to thank Miniware for giving me the chance to review this oscilloscope. If this review in any way was useful to you, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Click on the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell so you can be the first one to be notified whenever I post a new video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Stay safe. Cheers.